Alrighty, PG-13. This is G.I. Joe, 1986, and well, I did get a few pickups. So now I went looking for the Sky Striker parts, but unfortunately, they didn't have any. They had there was a cheap clip that was broken. So I thought, I don't know, is there something I can do with this? Maybe, maybe not. We can see. If not, should have been free, that part. Just so cheap. I found a tactical battle platform, well, ramp. Nice tabs. The other one I have is one broken tab. So for my third tactical battle platform, that's almost completed. Just fantastic. Next, I found an Astro Viper, $10. No helmet, but I had two helmets, so I need to find one more Astro Viper or maybe another. Because, you know, I do like army building. So we got a couple of Astro Vipers. And, oh yes, I got something else for the pickup. An Immortal Guard. Crimson Immortal Guard. And that, I believe, is a 1991 figure. And he was in the $5 bin. And I believe I was going to get him before, but they had him for like $40. And I think this may or may not be the same one, but it was in the $5 bin. So I thought, oh yeah, might as well. And who else was in the $5 bin? Well, Shockwave parts. So I want these legs because I do have another one that I use for parts. And well, I think I have a crotch piece, but I didn't have the legs. So the legs will look better on this custom. I do have a complete one. I don't know why his head's so loose. But but anyways, and this is kind of who would do this? Crockmaster. And I found another cheap $5, well, General Hawk. So the upper part is pretty nice condition, and well, I could use that for maybe custom or something. You never know. So I only got a few figures, and that was it for the figures. And then I got another 1986 Havoc. Now this one was only 60 because it was missing the engine cover. He had another one there for 50, but you know, I don't know if they knew how to count. This one had 6 missiles in there, so I got 2 extra missiles with this vehicle. So I was like, okay, but it doesn't ratchet. You know, like you hear that, and then here's my other one. See, listen to that. So this one ratchets. Now maybe somebody took it apart, so you never know. I mean, maybe these clips have become a little loose, so that's why it's not going to ratchet. See? So if you tighten this up somehow, I mean, the G.I.Joe trick worked using a an O-ring in the locust that comes with the General. So that was a pretty cool thing. So anyways, the nemesis for the Havoc is the Cobra Stun. But well, I don't know, this looks like it has way more firepower. Like these twin cannons that look more like anti-artillery gun. And then you got puny little lasers on the front here. I don't know. And the open air canopies on all these vehicles is kind of strange. But your Delta 17 toys do fit in. And well, not the taller guys. They have problems fitting in anywhere because they're tall. So this one does have its engine cover in here. And I don't know, these vehicles have really grown on me. Just because the Mobat and the Mauler, you know, they're stationary unless you have batteries in them. There's no neutral setting. I mean, like, you think people at H.A.V.O.C would have thought of that, but apparently not. Maybe when they make Optimus Prime they can think of that, but he probably won't even be motorized. Because that's how they cheap out on you. They charge you more for less. That's the new norm for most of these corporations. But back to the review. Now the Havoc is pretty fantastic. I mean, when I was a kid, my friend had this vehicle, and I just loved it even more. And I never did. I don't think I got one. You know, I didn't come across it. But I probably got other vehicles because I got, well, I had 2 H.A.V.O.C, a couple Tomahawks. But this is just awesome. Like, you got this, supposed to be, oh, we're carrying Ordnance. Not really, you're carrying this awesome, it's almost like a drone. But again, this is maybe almost like a sled. It's like a hover sled. It's kind of neat. But again, you know, if you had a cannon right here, I don't know, and then you could have had missiles here. Yeah, if you had a cannon here, you could have had some missiles here. So you could have had some smaller missiles for this, as well as an engine cover, which obviously it looks like it was designed to have, but then they probably backed out just to cut on costs. And again, this vehicle is under $15 Canadian and American. And the strange thing back in the day was the Canadian and the American prices were pretty much the same. So whatever they charged in the States, they charged in Canada. And now it's way different. So anyways, this did have 4 missiles instead of the normal 6. And you have, well, you could basically put the missiles facing, technically you can put the missiles facing any which way you wanted. You could have them forward facing or backwards facing. So it is all up to you. Or you can have them both facing backwards or both facing forwards. But anyways, we're opening this up to reveal the awesome engine cover. And you know, you could have your mechanic working on your engine. You know, that was a cool thing back then. And there is some tabs on the engine cover, so it's kind of cool. And you know, in order to open this canopy, you have to ratchet it back and open it right up. And even when you're trying to clean it, you actually have to clean it from the back. You have to try to get in here to try to clean it. So this one's a little dusty. And you can see we're going to go from an aerial view. There's some cool controls on here. And again, the people that are going to pilot this are going to be, well, face down, ass up. And we're going to throw in our parts guy. So again, you know, he's looking at a monitor, and all of a sudden you're coming along, bam! Your face just gets slammed into the monitor. Who designed this? Now, if you would have had figures in here like sitting, this would have been a cool vehicle. You might have had to raise it a little, or you could have had the, you could have designed something different underneath. But again, this is a half track, and it's articulated, so the half track can move. You can have both wheels moving at the same time. So it does have maneuverability. Plus you can do it like a full 360 driving a circle. So it's kind of neat. Plus it has 4 removable covers, and that exposes the awesome wheels. Like, look at that, as the figure falls off. No, they did not believe in those cheap gimmick seatbelts. Oh. Whoa, that one shot off. So the engine covers, oh, we're having technical difficulties. There we go. The engine covers do come off fairly easy, and you know, it's a lot of fun. I don't think we'll have time to look at the Cobra Stun, but again, you know, you could fit 3 figures, and then you could put whatever you want on the pegs. Plus you could have one in the little hover vehicle. It's our Back to the Future hovercraft. And some people did use it as a boat. So we're running out of time. Again, we never have enough time. So there's 3 foothold pegs, plus there is the tow. Oh yes, there is a tow hook on this one, I believe. There is. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? And it's got some little details here and there. So there is 8 pegs and 4. Oh wow. So you could fit a lot more figures in here. 12 figures probably. Again, this has grown on me a lot. So am I going to get a few more? I think so. I'm going to army build this for sure. If I can get the 1990 Sky Patrol one, maybe. I mean, it's just unjustified, the massive prices. Whenever a vehicle goes over like a certain price point, it's just way too much. So again, who knows what they're going to come out with in the future. You know, the other action figure lines are going to come out with more vehicles. But we're going to have a quick look, and a very quick look at the Cobra Stun. This was the counterpart with the Motor Viper. We're going to have to do a whole video just for the Stun. It is stunning. I mean, I love this vehicle. I did have this as a kid. And, you know, this would always break off. You pull them off, or you blow it up. That was the fun part of this toy. The constantly missing parts are the hubcaps, the flags, the engine covers, and even the back gun. Most of the parts. And the flags are made really, what's the word? Shitty. They just break all the time. I mean, you can try to fuse it with heat. And, you know, sometimes that works. You can try to re-glue it, but I've used this one with, you know, melt it, and it is what it is, because if it's already broken, it's already crap. But it's hard to find them mint condition or complete. And the hubcaps, again, like they should stay like this, but they don't. They always rub, and then they break. So you could have a broken peg in there, and then it'll move with the wheel. But I do love this cool design. It was open air cockpits, like a majority of G.I.Joe vehicles, because they're too cheap to make them look armored. But again, these were cheap at the day. Back in the day, they were super cheap because you put them together. They didn't come fully, fully assembled. New channel name. Fully assembled. So, again, I love army building Motor Vipers. Never have enough of those. And Sky Patrol used the chest for one of the figures in that line. But, you know, so who would win? The Havoc or the Cobra Stun? You know, this is a fast attack vehicle, whereas this doesn't seem so fast. But again, it does move. Cartoon showed it moving pretty good. But it's got a lot of flaws. And like face down, ass up, open air. So basically, you can drive it from the top, or you can drive it from the bottom. It did come with the Union guy, cross country. But nonetheless, yes, there's other versions of him. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're out of time.